Welcome back, everybody, to Cool Times Podcast, where we talk all things cool about the cold storage construction industry. I am your host, Vince Free, and joined by the other host, my business and life partner, Jenna Free. And we have a very exciting show today, and we are both pumped to have this guest on. This guest is the Divisional Vice President of Thermal Contracting, of the thermal contracting arm of Stellar. And Stellar is a firm that focuses on design, engineering, construction, mechanical services worldwide. And this guy has over 33 years of experience in thermal construction, IMP roofing. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, excited to introduce him, Rob Brodsky.
Hello.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. Doing well.
Well, we're really excited it's one of our favorite things to do is to learn about what's happening in cold storage and even more so how people got started. So you've had 33 years of experience within this industry. Tell us maybe what your cool entrance or how did you find this industry? Because I know it's not a lot of people
How'd
know
you get
about
into
it.
this?
Yeah, how did I get into it? Well, I would say I didn't find it. It kind of found me. So, I was a business major and at the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina. I had plans to get married to Dana, and I was getting married right after I graduated. I didn't have a job, but I was interviewing with anybody. As a business guy, I really didn't have a great direction of really what I wanted to get into. So I just knew I needed to go to work and make money. And so again, I was interviewing from everybody from Waffle House to Radio Shack, at the time. I was putting my name in the hat for anything. And so happened that I knew that I wanted to be in the Jacksonville, Florida area because Dana was, that was where she was working at the time. And so I reached out to a Citadel grad who worked at a Jacksonville-based contracting company that Selfperform. They had their own construction industries department. They Selfperformed their electrical, their roofing, their IMP, their mechanical service. So it was all new to me. I really didn't have a construction background. And so they said, why don't you come in, interview? We have an opening in our electrical department and our thermal department for IMP and roofing. And at the time, I'm, again, not knowing much, but I had enough sense that electrical had a lot more cachet to it, at least in at the time. So, or, when you think of roofing, you're out there. I went to school to go be a roofer, but anyway, so I got down there and they said, Rob, I think your best fit for us is to be in the roofing and panel group. And I said, no, I really like to stay in the electrical.
Sure.
I said, no, you need to go with the roofing and the panel guys. And I said, okay. And so they put me out in the field. This probably happened to you at some point in your career, Vince. Put me out in the field for like 2 or 3 years. Bang panels together, but learn about the trade. So I was out in the field for quite a long time, actually doing the work physically.
Well, 2 to 3 years is a long time to be in the field learning.
It was. I was itching.
My training was 6 months in the shop building doors.
It was, but I tell you, it was well worth it. It really connected me to the field. So I never lost sight of what the field really is. They're really the tip of the spear of our company, and so to me, looking back on it, was a tough yes. But I wouldn't have traded it, that experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Right. Now, where are you from?
I'm from the Jacksonville area in North Florida. So I'm from Clay County, which is just southwest of Jacksonville.
And Dana's from Jacksonville. We love Dana, by the way.
Shout out to Dana.
We love Dana, and she's fantastic. Tell her we say hello. So y'all have just been living in Jacksonville for that's all you know.
That's all we know. Very fortunate. Very, very fortunate.
Not a bad place to be.
Yeah, we're very, very, very blessed.
I think we're I'm not sure if I can say this, but I think there might be a industry trade show heading to Jacksonville soon.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
TBD.
Just to me.
It's news to everybody. I'm the only one that knows.
Yeah, except for everyone.
So except for anyone that listens in February, that this is, now you know. Probably. There's a good chance. We'll see. You never know. Well, the contracting right now, contracts with hotels is insane. So, pre-COVID, these hotels would beg you to essentially, hey, you need to have your trade show at our hotel, and here's all the things we're going to do for you. Well, ever since COVID and after COVID, now the tables have turned and the hotels are like, no, we're good. Here's the deal. You're going to get this, this, and that for this price, or we don't want you. And it's mind boggling how like the tables have turned, and it's the same with manufacturing, not to put down any of our manufacturers or suppliers out there right now, but I feel like the shoes are on the other foot now, because back in the day, they would fight and want just fight for your business so hard. And now it's like, well, here's your lead times. Here's the price. Take it or leave it. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's crazy.
It'll come back around. I've seen it, not to this degree, but, over those 33 years, I've seen the ebbs and flows.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. You've been doing this probably longer than almost any one of our guests that we've had on so far. I mean, 33 plus years of doing this type of work is incredible. So, we're going to pick all the knowledge out of your brain we can. But, we're at a time right now where price of steel and price of chemical and everything is just, it's so either expensive or hard to get. Material costs are so expensive, where it's driving project cost. What used to be a $10 million job might be a $15 million job. And these owners are still saying, yeah, sure, let's do it. Yeah, sure, let's do it. But at what point do these owners say, hey man, you know what? We're just going to just put this on pause till things calm down. Like, what have you seen out there?
Yeah, that's part of it. Like you said, steel pricing, and it's really more than pricing, it's availability. Okay. So, whatever is causing that, whereas the supply chain or the freight people, whatever it's called, the availability, the raw materials, like manufacturers are not able to get the raw materials in time. But it is like the Wild West right now out there, and I think the best thing that we can do as contractors is just be as transparent as we be transparent with the owners. Be upfront, tell them, hey, this is the cost, this is the availability, and you just try to navigate that and partner with the owners and navigate this so-called storm that we're in right now.
Yeah, because in a way we're all impacted by it. So the more upfront you are.
Yeah, I think the more transparent.
Totally.
I think it helps everyone.
Totally. And we're going to see, people not in this industry are going to see the impacts of these cost escalations when you walk the aisle of a supermarket and you realize that, that gallon of milk is no longer $3 a gallon. It's $5-6 a gallon, and people are going to start feeling, wait, what?
Yeah, if they're not already,
Yes, they're not already.
It's being felt everywhere for sure. It just goes to show you what kind of, the business that we're in, how critical it is, and impactful it is, to everyone. There's a lot of responsibility there.
Yeah, it is. And it's interesting, like you say, it is so critical, and yet so few people know about what we do. So
nobody thinks about it. Yeah.
Right. No one thinks about it. As long as the things are showing up in the grocery stores or wherever store you're at, as long as they're there, there's no thought to it.
Exactly.
But then when they're not there, the questions come up. So let me ask, just going back to, your history in the industry, when you got in, like, what did family and friends think you were doing? Because I know for Vince, they were like, you're doing what? Like what kind of doors, right?
I was selling garage doors.
Yeah. So was there anything there?
Yeah. To be totally candid, I'm not sure if you ask my folks right now what I do, they would give you the right. They'd still, they either think, I've heard it all, and I'm sure you all have too, where I make beach coolers, or I'm a residential AC repair guy,
You're making the Yeti coolers that, find at the sports store.
It's just, and you get to the point sometime with family and friends, you just say, yes, that's what I do.
Sure.
Mhm.
But,
Whatever you
yeah,
say.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've heard it all.
That's crazy. Well, touching on Stellar,
Yeah.
great company, worldwide. I feel like that worldwide. I mean, are you
Yeah.
outside of the United States now too?
Stellar dabbles in, we're a design and an engineering firm too. So that opens up doors overseas as well. In the past, Stellar has done work in China and some other areas across the world.
Rob, it's pronounced China.
China, right? That's right. I know. Delicious piece of chocolate cake too, right?
I had to
Oh,
throw that
man.
in. That's too
Oh,
funny.
man. You had to. Yeah, you never miss an opportunity for that.
I get
Anytime
it,
someone says it.
No, but Stellar, Stellar is certainly all over the country as far as my realm or my piece of the Stellar puzzle.
Mhm.
I'm responsible for the building envelope for Stellar projects, across the country.
Sure.
And so, we're doing projects, as far west, north, to Seattle, Washington right now.
Wow.
So we're all over.
Now, do you guys still have, I'm trying to circle back. I know
Yeah.
you self-perform, you guys do self-perform your own instrumental panel install, but you sometimes sub it out too because you guys have just so much going on. Is that right?
Yeah, in the past we have, but since I've, my thought process is, one of our, if not our biggest selling point as the building envelope arm of Stellar is that we do self-perform. We have our own forces.
Sure.
Very fortunate that we have a highly trained, highly motivated field staff. Very fortunate for that, but relatively little turnover. And I think, which is unique. And to me, what that does is, it helps us provide consistency in our productivity, consistency in our detailing and quality. So we can essentially, the owner can rest assured that if we're doing a project for them in New York, he's going to get that same quality, that excellent service as he would as a job in California.
Yeah.
Um,
So what divisions are you, sorry to interrupt,
No,
what
no
divisions are you guys self-performing with your own team right now?
As far as in Stellar?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we self-perform mechanical service, Stellar self-performs refrigeration services in my group, which is the building envelope thermal division. So again, I pay an extremely amount of attention, as I know you guys do in your business, to the field. They're the tip of the spear. So I think what kind of sets us apart, I guess, from our competition is just thinking about it now, but it's we cross train a lot of our field. So we've got mechanics that are versed in putting down roofing systems, as well as the IMP technicians. That allows us to control that ever important vapor barrier roof wall transition. So that's, to me, that's a big selling tool for us.
Never thought of that, having so many things you guys will self-perform, mixing the guys in, right? So one guy's just not always on the same task, putting this guy, hey, do some refrigeration, hey, do some plumbing or electrical, or do some MEP stuff.
Well, I'm sure there's some carryover, some cross training between refrigeration and mechanical.
Yeah.
Simply, as far as our group's concerned, it's the roofing and the panels together. And as you know, it can be a situation sometimes where there's a lot of finger pointing, right? At the end, if there's somebody does something, or
we know nothing about that.
Yeah. So
it was the roofer's fault.
Yeah. So we've all seen that. And so, at Stellar, there's none of that. It's a one single source responsibility. We got it on our shoulders, and we're happy to do that.
Well, and it benefits everyone, it benefits your employees because they get to learn more and they get to be really well-rounded. And then it benefits, Stellar, because like you said, it provides that consistency.
It does.
So,
right. And we're also able to, yeah, absolutely. And we're able to control the schedule and productivity as well. If there's somebody behind roofing and panel wise, they got one guy to look at, and it's me. So there's a lot more control.
Sure. And what made you stay in this industry so long?
Vince, Jenna, I would say it's the people. If I think about it, it's the people. And I could go through, many names, that have influenced me and mentored me over my career, even up to this date right now. I mean, I can,
Sure.
um,
This
I
is your
think-
opportunity to give him a shout out. Say,
yeah, I mean, I was just going to go, I just popped in my head. I mean, guys like Anthony Peretti, Kevin Dufresne, Mike Santarone, John Sipple, Kevin Clasby, Dean Saul. I mean, if I missed some, I mean, there's tons of them. Being around that kind of those people with so much expertise and so much leadership,
I love it.
it's about the people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we
Agree.
And I don't
we
think that's
totally
unique
agree.
I don't think it's unique to our industry. I think anybody would tell you that, the people make things move, and it's all about relationships in any type of business, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, this is one question that we ask all of our guests because,
Sure.
well, we're the Cool Times podcast and we like cool stories. So
Yeah.
do you have a cool moment or a specific cool story that stands out for you that you were like, man, what's happening in the industry is cool and it makes me want to stay and it makes me want to be part of it. So maybe it involves one of those mentors that you've had over the years.
If I think about, what's changed over the last 30 years as far as, and I don't think it's unique really to this industry, but the way information travels and the way you communicate
Mhm.
now versus 30 years ago, totally different. When I
pigeon carriers.
yeah,
Stop.
it was horse and buggies and pigeons, just like you said,
What's the lead time? There goes the pigeon.
Almost, it was almost like that. But it's back in the day, uphill. We walked uphill both ways.
No shoes.
And but just thinking about that, it maybe makes me think about a story. Back when I first started, a partner and I, Anthony Peretti, we had a roofing and panel business, early 90s, and the way we communicated back then was beepers.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Remember that beepers?
I do.
It was just, you get a beeper and you'd go have to find a payphone and make a call. I mean, I shudder to think, how we got through it. But I just remember we had a storefront, office, and we had a warehouse in the back, and we had a project coming up in Oklahoma somewhere. And Anthony and I were so proud, so proud of our group and so proud that we're getting ready to do this project in Oklahoma. We had two of our trucks in the back of the warehouse. It was a beautiful morning in Jacksonville. We had the trucks loaded to the hilt, and we got the guy in charge of one truck and the guy in charge of the other, crews in the back. And we go, okay, guys, I said, you got a great project coming up for us in Oklahoma. Here's how you get there. By no means separate. You guys, stay together. Do not get separated.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a long drive from Jacksonville to Oklahoma. Got it, boss. So we sent them on, saluted them, and they took off around the building. And so Anthony and I ran to the front of the storefront. Again, sun coming up, coffee in hand, proud parents, so to speak. Here's our crew.
Totally.
They pull up to the first stoplight, which was right in front of our office. And we go, man, we're gonna kill it, Anthony. Yeah, we're gonna do great, Rob. And then as soon as the light turned green, one guy goes straight and the other one takes a right. Both looked at each other. Went, oh my God. We just got finished telling them. So, communication still number one. But evidently we didn't get the message.
Did they both get there?
Did they
Our
get
audience
there?
is going to want to
They
know. Did
eventually
they both
got
get
there.
there?
They eventually got there, but they heard nothing we were saying. But
Did they have a pager or a beeper or whatever you guys used to call it back then?
yeah, but we didn't hear from them for 500 miles into their trip. But anyway,
I love it.
I just popped in my mind. I got a kick out of thinking about it.
Yeah, that story kind of reminds me of my upbringing into the industry is not quite as like that, but technology. And when I started at ASI and I was a regional sales manager, I would set up like 15 appointments a week, right? So the week before, I'm on the phone, I'm cold calling, I'm setting up all these sales calls to see all these thermal contractors and architects and end users, right? And I have everything dialed in. I got an 8 o'clock, I got a 10, I got a 12, I got a 2, a 4, right? So they're all in line, okay? So this was like before Garmin or the TomTom, right? This before navigation, okay? So I would go to MapQuest and I would print off the address from my house to the first appointment, MapQuest, right? And then the second MapQuest print off would be from appointment, 1 to 2, and then from appointment 2 to 3. So I would have a page of 15 MapQuest, and they would only be from point A to point B. Okay. And so I would, if anything got messed up in my schedule where I had to switch and flip people around, dude, I was deer in the headlights. I didn't know where to go. I'm like, I'm supposed to go from here to here. And dude, it's insane how technology has changed everything.
It makes you wonder how you survived.
Yes, 100%. Like, how do we function?
But yet I miss it. I miss people not having, having the ability to call you or text you, and then they know you got it. I mean, even if you turn your read receipts off, dude, they know you got that message, right? It's like, they know they got you.
Exactly.
Gosh.
Really? Because I don't think you always respond to my text message.
My phone died.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
My phone died.
Here we go.
I had it on airplane mode.
Yeah. I've never turned that thing on airplane mode. Lies. Anyways. Okay. Well, can you tell us, so 33 years in the industry, you're now at Stellar. What is something that you are excited about that either has to do with what Stellar is doing or what's happening in the industry, or maybe a combination of both?
I think what I'm really excited about, we've had the opportunity this past year to really dive into some ASRS projects.
Yeah.
As you know, real estate's more expensive. Cold storage is going vertical again, So we're really excited about our ability to really create some efficiencies in performing these ASRS installations. Some really job-specific detailing and means and methods that I'm personally really excited about for our group, and excited for Stellar, and hopefully we get more opportunities moving forward in that realm, because that's where it's going.
Sure. Now, for the folks that are listening that don't understand what ASRS is, Rob, you want to explain to the audience what you mean by
it's an
ASRS?
automated retrieval. It's an automated retrieval system. It's usually the buildings are rack supported, exceptionally high for a cold storage facility. So
like 80, 100, 120, 140 feet tall.
120, 140 feet tall.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's some means and methods and some efficiencies that really got to be, you really have to have the right contractor. We feel we're that guy, because you are stacking panels, and again, it's a challenge, but it's something that we feel super confident about doing and performing, and we're pulling it off successfully here.
Great.
I love it. So that's a great question, Jenna, and I'm glad you asked on that, because it kind of segues into my next question to Rob about technology. And aside from cell phones and pagers, I want you to be more industry specific in regards to whether it's cold storage, refrigeration, it could be a door technology, a panel technology. What technology have you seen or found that has either changed the industry and maybe that is coming out that you're excited about?
As far as technology, Vince, that's a tough one for me. It's stuff that's been around, they've tried and true, the panel lifters of the world. But as far as technology,
Panel lifter. I'm glad you said panel lifter. I love my panel lifters, man.
You love your panel lifters, I know.
My panel lifters. Yeah.
Exactly. But
what's up with the old school way though, with the forklift? You just lift up the panel. You can do that. The old school way.
Actually, it's, I implicate myself, but back in the day when you pull them up by hand,
run them up.
You run them up and pull a rope, and you got 3 guys on a roof, on a ballasted roof, and pulling up that way.
Is that why you're so strong, by the way? I don't know if you guys have ever seen Rob Brodsky in person, but I mean, picture the Incredible Hulk and then put his head on it. I mean, the guy's just yoked.
Right.
Hey, him and Dana, they like their fitness.
I love it.
Yeah.
I know, man.
You could try some of that.
Hey, I do sit-ups.
You sit up to get out of bed?
Yeah, I do oh.
Oh.
I do crunches. Means
do
when
you see
your food is crunchy,
technology?
right?
What are you seeing technology wise out there?
Yeah.
Dang, good question. And thanks
I
for
don't mean to
asking
throw
me.
it back at you.
No one's ever asked me that question before. No, I mean, technology, for me, it's more of how we do business and the idea of using Zooms and team calls and FaceTime and
Yeah.
I had a superintendent with a question in the field and we're talking on the phone and he's like, well, let me FaceTime you, I'll show you. And it's just one touch of the button. He's like FaceTiming me, he's showing me this. I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's that detail, or you turn the rubber up, or or having a conversation and I'm 1,200 miles away and
You can problem
gosh,
solve.
it's
You
a
can
problem solve. It's quick, right? So that technology on how we can function and efficiently as possible and is incredible. The panel lifting technology I absolutely love. And now these panel manufacturers are going 8 inches thick. So an 8-inch thick panel is insane for free span capability and how high you need to go up and the amount of R value there. That technology is incredible, along with lastly the length of panel that these manufacturers can actually produce now, right? I mean, gosh, back in the day, what was the tallest panel, urethane panel that they could make?
Yeah, I mean, the tallest panel you look at was 30, 35 feet, and
they're running 55, 65, 72 out of some plants.
Yeah,
One
70.
panel.
yeah, it's crazy. And just and to your point on the communication piece, and just go back on technology, kind of sparked it in my head a little bit. We do use out in the field, we do use the tablets and where we have access to our drawings on the tablets and we communicate our timesheets, everything's done from the start. We take pictures and upload photos on our Procore sites. So as far as construction management technology, I mean, it's night and day than it will, from what it was 10 years ago. So our guys do have that, and they are using that technology every single day, which is again, information. You're able to get information faster.
Yep. And we have GCs that we are working with. They require your superintendent to have a tablet on site because they want to go paperless.
Yeah.
And the tablet, the app they use that upload all the drawings, when there's changes made in the field or like by the owner or architect, that change will hit your drawing on the on your iPad. So if you're in the field, you get like real-time changes.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's cool.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, and then it's just amazing to me the speed of information now. Seems like it's always up in our game every year.
Yeah. Well, if you ever notice, Rob, when I price you panels now and my bid is $1,500 higher than it used to be, it's because I'm trying to pay for these tablets.
Understand. Understood.
Well done.
All right.
Okay.
Anyways, Rob, I got to ask you, we're getting into some good stuff here. And I just think it's incredible what you've done in this industry, the lives you've impacted, your story. I got to ask you this. You're meeting with an owner and the owner looks at you and says, Rob, why should I buy from you? Why should I buy from you, Rob? What's your answer?
As far as the building envelope piece that I'm in charge of, why they should buy from me is because I'm going to be a single source responsibility for your building envelope. I want to have the roofing expertise. I want to have the insulated metal panel expertise, underfloor expertise, especially door expertise, kind of a one-stop shop when it comes to cold storage construction on that piece. So to me, there's going to be no finger pointing or again, single source responsibility. And then you can talk about the intangible stuff. Everybody talks about teamwork. Everybody talks about, accountability and communication. One thing that I always, and I preach this every week to my team, and that's the point of not leaving things to chance. You can think about it, get it done,
Mm.
confirm, back it up, so it's trying to take out of the equation as much chance as you can. So trying to eliminate all avenues of chance and just, it's that mindset. Is it ever going to be perfect? No. Don't leave things to chance is kind of my mantra.
And that brings a lot of value. That brings a lot of value to a customer,
Totally.
removing that as much as we can, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So many trade shows are you going to a year?
The last couple of years always been kind of dicey, obviously, but I like to
Dicey. How so?
the IRW and SEBA are the two I'd like to attend. And that's what I plan on doing this upcoming year.
Awesome.
So
good. Maybe we'll see you.
What's your favorite?
SEBA is my favorite.
You don't have to say that to me. We just had a guest on the other week, and he didn't even mention SEBA. Yeah. I know.
I know. SEBA's great. I mean, you really, it's a great exchange, our opportunity to exchange ideas and see what the new trends are. You get to see your colleagues out there, your competition, your vendors, owners, representative. It's just a great mix, and really get the vibe of what's going on out in the industry. It's just, to me, valuable. You got to stay connected to that.
And it's incredible. I'm past chairman now, so I'm still serving on the executive board, and we've just had a few meetings here and talking about the plan moving forward and what we're doing to the show and the association and conference. Man, I couldn't be more excited about the direction this thing's going.
You like it, huh?
Dude, it's just
got a big year coming.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of irons in the fire on what we're doing, and I think it's going to add a ton of value to all the members. New members coming in, and we're going to blow the socks off this thing. I'm pretty
awesome.
pumped. Yeah,
we're looking to be a part of it for sure.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, Rob, tell us, as we're getting to the end here, we always like to give our guests an opportunity. If people want to find you, if people want to find out more about Stellar, what they're doing, how can they do that?
They certainly, if they want to get in touch with me, my email address is rbrodsky@stellar.net.
And that's RBRODSKY.
That's correct.
Stellar.
That's right.
Stellar with an A.
Stellar.net, STELLAR.net.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you're welcome to call me and contact me, and for whatever, if you've got a refrigeration need or a mechanical need, or if you had a building envelope question or need, certainly reach out to me. And if I can't answer the question, I'll point you to the right direction and help you get it answered.
I love it.
One thing about Stellar is, we got a lot of depth, a lot of experience, and fully integrated design engineering firm. So not a whole lot that we haven't seen.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's good.
So, Eric, do you have any professional platforms where you are selling Rob Brodsky as an entity, or other than Stellar? Do you try to promote yourself on LinkedIn or anything like that going on?
I don't promote myself, so to speak. What I enjoy mostly, Vince and Jenna, is I enjoy leading people, being part of a team and leading in whatever position that is. So I enjoy the heck out of that, and I think it's important. I know you guys concur, but you get up every morning trying to put your best foot forward. And I enjoy helping people, become the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
There's something satisfying.
I can attest to that. I mean, I remember, in 2019 when we ventured off and started our own business, and Rob, you've always been just there for me and a great friend of ours. And we thank you for that. And man, I can't even tell the audience how many times I had spent time on the phone with you, just talking about everything, It
goes both ways, man. That's encouraged, but I think we have the same mindset, and but that's what I really enjoy, man.
Totally.
Business aside, I enjoy coaching and mentoring.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still learning in that process as well. So I
Totally.
learn from that, you know,
Totally.
so I grow.
Yeah. Well, you're a badass and an incredible human being. We love you. We love
You
spending
and
time.
Dana both.
Yeah, you guys are great. This is awesome. So we're getting down to the final section of the podcast here where we my favorite, the cool rapid round question. Are you prepared?
I am always prepared.
I like that. Like there's a way to prepare
There's
for
no way
either
to prepare.
or question.
A little nervous.
Don't be nervous.
None of them are hard. It's an either or, and this is meant to be fun.
It's meant to be fun. So the cool wrap around question today is brought to you by Freeze Construction, and I'm going to ask you a series of questions, this or that questions, okay? And don't think about it, just respond. And if you don't like one of them or both of them, you got to pick your favorite, okay? So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Box and box or ground up project?
No question. Box and box.
Love it. Cold beer or cold drink?
Cold beer.
Ping pong or air hockey?
Man, it's got to be ping pong. Vince.
Love it. Ammonia refrigeration or Freon refrigeration?
Ammonia.
Beach side or pool side?
Beach side.
West Coast or East Coast?
Oh man, it's East Coast.
Love it. Love it. Tequila or whiskey?
Woo! I want to say tequila.
My man.
Okay.
All right. Last but not least, Justin Timberlake or Justin Bieber?
It's got to be JT.
Come on.
It's got to be JT with a little Stapleton in there, you know?
Oh,
I like
dang.
it. I like it.
It's a real good one.
That is a good one.
It's a real good one. Well, hey, Rob, dude, you're awesome, man. Thank you for being on our show.
Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you. And then for all the listeners out there, you guys can find our work on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And then if you would like to watch the show, you guys can head on over to YouTube and YouTube Cool Times Podcast. Hit that red subscribe button. You guys can also listen to us in your car on your long journey to work if you don't work from home on Apple Podcasts. So,
and they can visit our website.
Yes, and you can visit cooltimespodcast.com for more information. Thank you guys so much, Rob. You're a stud. Thank you. We appreciate you. And until next time.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Good
Take
seeing you.
care.
All right. Thanks, brother.